All right, sorry guys, how y'all doing? Yeah, I knew I had no sound. I was actually checking on a friend, um, and I needed to hear his sound, make sure he's okay. I think I know what's wrong. I don't think I can do much about it, but I'll check on him again later. Hey Tim, how you doing? Hey Jesse, what's up, Gagey? Of course, glad to see you for sure. Workshop update. Ah. Nobody does it like Mr. Winkle. Gotta say it. Gotta say. I'm gonna see if I can get y'all visible with what I'm doing, but not in my way. Let's see how that goes. So yeah, just try to get some shaping done. You can see as I go, I just kind of adjust my bevel and start to flatten further back this way and back to the edge again, or close to the edge. And you can see where it's starting to get close and where it's scooching up a little bit. And I'll do that till it works down some and works up some, and then I'll just move down the blade with that and try to carry some uniformity. And I just got to know that I'm not going to get it in one pass. I'm going to have to work my way down that blade quite a few times. And I have already worked down this blade quite a few times before you guys got here. But it's just to make sure I don't bore you completely to death, but if people are trying to learn it as I'm learning it, I want them to see the opportunity to see what the effort is. Interesting thing about the chisel is you can feel when you're riding your angle. You can feel it a little bit more clear. And then if you watch the light, you can see it as you go. I'm going to throw a pair of gloves on just to keep the splinters out of my fingers. Probably would have been smart to do that first. Oh, when's the truck update? Oh, jeez, whenever you want. Whenever you want. love a truck update. It's not too cold out today. We get to the end of this edge, I'll run out there. I could do a short. Talk about what's going on with it. Pull you back a little bit so I don't bump you. That's me banging this against the bench. Knock off. Oh my God, can I tell you? I cannot believe telemarketers call you from a fake hospital number. I got 5 kids and a wife. Almost stopped my heart getting a call from the hospital. Jeez. See the light changing that bevel? Just gonna keep pressing that bevel down. Whew. It's good to have all this handle on this file. Really helps with the control. I don't know how much detail you can see, but it's really starting to flatten out that edge. It is a diligence necessary. How you doing there, Rob? Now, I'm kind of going across my last set of cuts. Almost like I'm cross-hatching. In my mind, that makes sense. But it may not be the way. But what I am going to do is pull that same direction all the way across that blade, so that whatever I am doing, I'm doing the same. Remember, we're just shaping our blade here. We're not sharpening yet because we gotta still heat treat this after this. And that means fire! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Boom, boom, boom. I have done this with motorized tools. I find I get the most consistency this way, personally. And that could be my lack of experience with the motorized tools. And this way you're directly responsible for every single stroke. So there is an element of concern, of control, that's sort of inherent to that. And it's cumulative. You can make a mistake and you can erase it with just 2 or 3 more strokes. But the goal is to stay as consistent, get as consistent as possible. I gotta say, it's not looking too bad. That is not looking too bad. Of course, we got some burr to deal with, but we're not gonna get anywhere near sharp until we heat treat anyways. Hey Mitchell, how you doing? Hello there. Looks like maybe Russian, Ukrainian, I'm not sure. Hey Joe. How many degrees in your workshop, Gage? 32? I do have a little tiny space heater down here today, but it's off right now. I've got long sleeves on, so, and a couple of light layers. But that's a pretty consistent edge. As you can see, it's not a sharp edge yet. And there's a lot of rough on this side just because of the stuff. But I think I'm going to just sand that edge down, get rid of the burr. And this might be ready for baking. But before we do, we're going to go ahead and start figuring out what's going to happen with the the handles. And then that way, while that thing's cooking, we can be working on that. Get a sander for it. And I'm gonna just hit this with some 120, just to knock that edge. Just to get that burr off there. Remember, this is not our finished edge, it's our finished shape. And I do sort of like the roundness of this side. I don't know why I like that style, but I do. I appreciate all 15 of y'all in that like section. Hey monkeys, how you doing? Haha, Wes is the best, forget the rest. That's what's up. I needed some theme music. I need that. Give me a chant going. Feel like somebody. Also at this stage, I don't really mind hitting that edge if I need to. Because we already know this ain't our final blade, it's our final shape. He said redundantly. All the rest of this will get melted off the color. So we're not going to bother too much with that. And where the color is are pretty much in low sections, so it doesn't matter too much either way. I could go ahead and drill my holes in there for my pins, or I'd rather start figuring out the design of this thing. Try that. See how that works. So the idea, we're going to figure out how to get this shape to a handle and a sheath. And we want it to come together as seamlessly as possible. What are our limits? I would say, what if our handle did that? That would mean our sheath would need to do that. Maybe even Could it actually penetrate that way? Looks a lot like just like a knife traced around a knife, though. Let's get rid of that. And what if we just embrace this part here? And just let it lock in like a whole different shape. When it does, we bring it down to, oops, boom. Like we call those Dutch shoes. Or it can just sort of slip in like that, you know what I mean? That would be nice. That would also give you a thumb somewhere to press if you just wanted to pop that off. Or I could carry some curvature with it. Maybe follow it like that around this edge. So then got this element of something and this element of something. But you do like that leaves room for the knife to actually sit where it's gonna sit. I almost want to make this a bump. But I also kind of like that curve where you can just kind of place your thumb there, boop, and slide it right off. Because this won't be where you want to slide it off at, for sure. So that if your finger's here, then you're like, pop. That's a natural motion to make. That can happen. So it's got to at least be big enough for that. I'll go there. I like that a little bit. I don't mind that. If I do that, that's just going to ride with that. So when that comes off, that's one piece. That's my knife. Boom. Boom. Or does that need to extend out better? Does that need to cover that portion of the blade as well? So, I don't hate that. That's my knife. That's my sheath. Do I have enough of anything for either of these things? Size-wise, no. Maybe. Just enough. If that's the handle, I've got just enough. That could be a handle. Now do I have enough of this? No. That's all blade. Huh. Maybe it just won't be this. Let's see what else we got. Not quite enough to finish that tip. We're gonna have to put some pieces together. We're gonna have to do a glue up. We may have to do a glue up, fam. Makes sense. That is beautiful wood. Appreciate it. Hey, Mike Osborne, how you doing? How you doing? Appreciate you coming in the building. A little bit stuck. Maybe. What if I do something like that? Not mad at that. Not enough, baby. It ain't enough. Could happen here too, though, right? Or no? That might not look good. That is accent. Dang it. That's where I could change up and not look too bad. This is an odd shape to do right. If I do it, I gotta do it right. This is concerning. Let's see. What else do I got in my box of wood? There's some Clairol black walnut. Oh, that could be the handle. Black walnut? Yes, please. What's that? Madrone? Oh, snap, also big enough for the handle. If our handle stops right there, not right there. This one will go, oh, won't it go the entire way? Yes, it will go the entire way. It's gonna be tight, but it'll do it. Gotta shape it just right. Word. Word. Black walnut. And also got, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's thick enough for a sheath. Sapele. But it's, oh, it's that side though. Oh no. It's got a bevel on it. Shoot. Let's see. What is that? White oak? Not quite. Tip don't make it. So, not quite wide enough for this one. Also not quite wide enough to do. Oh man, I'm excited about that. That could be something. This seems to be the tough nut to crack. But if I have, I don't even have a lot of sheets of exotics left. Share it, nope. Crazy, crazy. What if I came up with a design for this? I just don't know how well that's working together design-wise. You know what I mean? These two, that's a very yellow thing. Down here, I'm with it. Up there, not so much. But I don't have a single piece big enough to cover this space. And it deserves it. I could make it more narrow, potentially. That leaves that. Ooh. Ooh. I like that. I like that. How much of this do I have? What if I went? Yeah, I'm going crazy over here, y'all. I don't want it to look like I'm piecemealing, you know what I mean? Definitely am. But I do not want it to look that way in the design. I want it to still be a strong design. How do I feel about those together? I love them. But what if I did that and just put a little tip on the nose? Oh, brilliant, boy, brilliant. To get rid of that nonsense. And then we go up here to the nose and we just, instead of that, we just put a even Steven snub nose on it and we run that straight, boom, to that edge, right? We knock this excess off. We lose that piece of design language. But in turn, we give ourselves a nice blunt, tough nose right there. Bam. Back here, it's a freaking party going on. Bam. Maybe this way. Oh, yes, love. That's love right there. Bam. All right. And then over here, because I don't want to do too much, we're just going to have the black walnut right there in the mix. Covers all the area required of him. If I inlay something, I work off the tip of the blade. Yeah, exactly. Oh, hilarious. I love these guys in the chat. So, this is a piece that we need to cut. And we need to decide the thickness of it as well. So we're gonna go with the black walnut. We'll put that, and we'll get some of this other nice stuff out of the way. God, that one was almost. Wait, is it enough? Holy crap! Those two do it. But not as interestingly as this patchwork that I'm about to do. So we're gonna have to do a couple things though. I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut and shape these independently. Put them together. And then we're gonna have to glue them up together. Clamp them. This one's just going to get shaped by itself and then cut in half. Yeah. All right. Mike Osborne, if I inlay something in there, I will go insane. I think this is going to be too complex for me. You can learn so much stuff from this chat, yo. What up, Burn Unstoppable Forge? God dang, what a name. Lucky Art, what up, what up? Appreciate y'all in this chat, man. Let me put away what I know I'm not going to use for this particular project. I'm going to leave just what we are. So we don't complicate the thing. But right now, it's looking like we get some real good examples of some real cool stuff. Now we got to figure out how to trace that design. Should be easy enough with some paper. I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta go get some paper. Meanwhile, while you wait, you can hit that like button. It's like right there, I think. If it's not, you can like hit your screen twice, like boop, 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 and then it's all good. What's up, Martine? How you doing? How you doing? Maybe I just didn't do it dark enough. Need me a little art table. OGs know what I just did. You know what I just did. Stay put. Right now. Right now. Right there. Right there somewhere. Let's not get too vague with that. I'll come back and make that legit. Keep doing that. You're also making knives, Martin. That's dope. That's dope. No, I like this. I like that drop. It is 100% okay with me. That's going to slide in right there. I'm just going to rewrite this. So, our knife handle roll down to here. Sort of like that. So, we'll cut all of this a little big, even the handle, and then we'll bring it down to size. Thanks, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. My honey's handmaid says that's looking fly. I appreciate it. Korg do Damascus. Yeah. Tell me you don't know how to forge by telling me you don't know how to forge. Man, Damascus is a lot of work. I'm not nearly that kind of skilled. I'm not a blacksmith. I can make a knife, but I can't forge one. And Damascus takes a lot of just folding layer over layer over layer. So yeah, so the type of wood the handle is going to be is this black walnut right here. It's going to come from this piece that I got from Kay McCall, who is awesome and has a channel, Echo Woodcrafts, and this handle also came from, the wood for the handle came from Echo Woodcrafts. And this blade came from the same saw blade as that one. Well, this is going to be the tip. So this is called lazy wood. But the thing about this is so incredible is that's completely flat. It's just this weird optical illusion. Isn't that cool? So that's going to be a nice little treat for the tip. And then this is, I think, a dyed maple burl. And that's going to be this part of the sheath. So it's going to be that and that. That. Yep, this is going to be the sheath. These two. So when it's done, it'll be not quite this, right? But that's the idea. As opposed to, this sheath that we made yesterday. This knife. So yes, it's going to be a two-part sheath. Yes, I want to put those pieces together. That is my intention. And then that way, I have another knife in the sheath, except for on this one, tip will be that, main body will be that, this will be that. Well, I just started making them out of leather. This is my very first one in leather, Martine. He says, why don't I make it out of leather? I hadn't had the skill set, and this is my first attempt at a leather sheath. It seemed to work out okay, and this is my very first knife I ever made. So they belong together. So they're going out to a subscriber who has been a loyal subscriber. I really appreciate him, Mr. Ruiz. And this is going to go out to Ben Winkle when I'm all said and done with it. Oh, I appreciate that, Martine. I do. Oh, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. I didn't even realize that. I'm sorry I did not acknowledge it, but I do appreciate it. So I'm gonna go grab something to eat. I've been at it for another hour. I am gonna be back, and when I come back, we'll start putting that together, and we'll start figuring out how we're going to get a real knife out of it before we're all said and done. And I appreciate all y'all hanging out with me today. It's been real, and it's be even realer when we do it a little bit later. But look, hit the like button before you step out if you don't mind. No big deal if you don't, but if you have the inclination to swipe, hit that button on your way out, and I'd appreciate it. It'll help the algorithm get me back to you on the next video, which is coming up soon. I am going to probably put a little short or something like that together this evening too when I'm done with this. But so far, we got the blade stage done. We may torch this when I come back, throw it in the oven, and see what we can do in terms of the heat treatment. And then we'll move on to putting these together. I got a plan. I gotta make sure it'll work. Till then, holla at y'all, man. I appreciate all of you. I'm not sure what I'm gonna go eat. I gotta go check with my wife. You know, I can't be the one that decides. Peace. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Let's see, it's been a lot of y'all in here today. My Honey's Handmade. You can check his channel out. He's doing dope stuff over there. It's always a good time. Great attitude. Martine, I appreciate you. Joe Mama, I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Man, Tim is always in the building. Tim Richard was in here today. Appreciate you. Man, it's been a great time. I appreciate everybody that did come in. I'm sorry if I did miss you. But salute to everybody in the chat and everybody that came through. Yeah, follow, subscribe. We'll do this all day. Peace.